on all the tracks that you're bidding.
Over 6,500.
We get blown out on Wall Street, we go back up sometime.
3, 2, 1, go! Now 75, million 75. Would have been 20. 20,000. 30 down high. Excellent land. Give me 800,000 and over. Any way you wish to now, you can bid an individually or in combination.
Raise as a group, collectively group or together. All right, $1,750,000, that'll help.
Roger, 675.
Bidder 7.
35, 49.
535.
All right, folks, I've got 6 o'clock. We're ready to get started here this evening. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you. It's our pleasure to be here on behalf of the Heiss family, Julie Andrews with Central Central Bank and Trust, Century Bank and Trust. It's been great to work with those folks. We're going to take a little time here before we get into the auction and cover some announcements. And the announcements will be in the Addendum A that was emailed and circulated. We're going to go through these announcements, and then we'll be right into the auction. Our sale managers this evening are Ed Boyer and Ted Boyer. Most of you have met Ed and Ted, and most everybody out there should have received a call if you are interested in bidding this evening, whether it's online or by phone. We want to make sure you've got somebody to talk to if you have any questions at all. So everybody registered should have received a call. If you have not received a call or have a phone number to call, please call 800-451-2709. If you don't have somebody to talk to, in case you have any questions at all, whether it's online or over the phone, please call 800-451-2709. Bidding is open to registered bidders who have made arrangements with the auction company to bid online or via telephone. The auction will be conducted by and at the direction of the auctioneer calling for bids via live simulcast. Terms of sale are contained in the agreement to purchase Exhibit A and this Addendum A, all of which have been posted to the auction website, including the bidder's packet, distributed via mail or email prior to the auction. So the agreement to purchase is labeled agreement to purchase. It's a one-page sheet that was emailed to you. The Exhibit A looks like your brochure with the tracks identified and the acreages. There have not been any changes, so that Exhibit A reflects what you see in the brochure. And of course, this Addendum A is what we're reading through here with the announcements. You may bid on any tract or combination of tracts or the entire property. Bidding will remain open on individual tracts and combinations until the close of the auction. You may bid on any tract or combination of tracts, Bidding will be on a lump sum basis. So you'll be bidding thousands of dollars here this evening. There'll be a graphical viewer that'll be projected that you'll be able to see via the stream, whether you're bidding online or not, if you are connected to the stream, and there'll be a column there dedicated to price per acre. So you'll be able to see what equates price per acre. If you have any questions on the price per acre, don't hesitate to call your representative, and they'd be glad to help you out. Minimum bids are at the auctioneer's discretion. So you can see the red and white board here to my left. Those will be the absolute minimums as we get out the gate. In most situations, it's going to make sense to be bidding more than that. I do reserve the right to change those as need be as we go through the auction. Bids are not contingent on financing, so be sure you arrange financing if needed and are able to pay cash at closing. So it doesn't make us any difference where the money's coming from. Just make sure you've got it lined up. You're not bidding subject to getting the money here. Final bids are subject to the seller's acceptance or rejection. Seller's exception may be delivered at any time on or before Wednesday, December 2nd. Buyer shall deliver an earnest money deposit to auction company in the amount of 10% of the purchase price. The earnest money may be delivered by check or wire transfer, but it must be received by the auction company on or before Tuesday, December 1st. So by tomorrow, we need to receive that 10% earnest money. Balance of purchase price is due in cash at closing to be scheduled in accordance with agreement to purchase. Target closing period is on or before December 30th. Turn the page here. The closing agent's fee to administer closing will be shared equally 50-50 between the buyer and the seller. Buyer will pay all costs of any loan obtained by the buyer. Seller will pay the 2020 winter taxes and assessments due February 2021 at the time of closing in accordance with agreement to purchase. Buyer will then assume and pay all real estate taxes and assessments when due after the closing. Seller will furnish the deed and owner's title insurance at seller's expense in accordance with terms of Section 5 of the agreement to purchase. Buyer agrees to accept the title and acquire the purchase tract subject to all easements and other permitted exceptions as defined in Section 6 of the agreement to purchase. Preliminary title insurance schedules dated September 14th have been prepared by Patrick Abstract and Title and posted to the auction website along with copies of the recorded documents listed as exceptions. So if you have an interest in seeing any of those items, they are posted at the website. Possession shall be delivered at closing, subject to the permitted exceptions. A new survey of all or any part of the property to be conveyed at any closing shall be obtained if and only if the conveyance will involve the creation of a new parcel. B, the officials responsible for recording the deed will not accept the conveyance for recording without a new survey. Or C, seller elects to obtain a new survey for any other reason in the seller's sole discretion. If a new survey is obtained, the survey shall be ordered by the auction company sufficient for the purpose of recording the conveyance, but the type of survey shall otherwise be determined solely by the seller. Any survey of adjacent tracts purchased in combination will be for the perimeter only. Cost of any survey obtained in accordance with this addendum A shall be shared equally 50-50 by the seller and the buyer. If a new perimeter survey is obtained for any closing in accordance with the provisions of this addendum A, purchase price shall be adjusted proportionally to reflect the difference, if any, between the acre estimate shown in Exhibit A and the gross acres shown in the survey. The acres shown in Exhibit A have been estimated based on the approximate acres indicated by the property tax records and existing legal descriptions and approximate provisional allocation between the potential new tracts. No warranty or authoritative representation is made as to the number of gross acres or the number of acres comprising tillable, wooded, or wetlands included with any tract or set of tracts. Advertised road frontages are approximate. No warranty or authoritative representation is made as to the length of any road frontage. Turn the page here, number 21, boundary lines and auction tract maps depicting Exhibit A and the auction marketing materials are approximations provided for identification and illustration purposes only. They are not provided as survey products and are not intended to depict or establish authoritative boundaries or locations. If a dispute arises prior to closing as to the location of any boundary, the auction company may but need not terminate the purchase contract by giving written notice of termination to the buyer, but only with the seller's consent. In the event of such termination, the earnest money shall be refunded to the buyer, and the property may be resold free and clear of any claim of buyer. In lieu of consenting to such termination, the seller may elect instead to enforce the purchase contract according to its terms. So that's one in a million, but if there gets to be a disagreement over a boundary line or a survey line, we've got the right, with the seller's blessing, to give your earnest money back, and everybody goes their separate ways. Seller's obligation to sell and convey any property is contingent upon satisfaction of any applicable requirements under PA 591 and final township approval of any new parcels created by the tract divisions. Seller will have no obligation to grant further division rights under PA 591 in connection with any conveyance. Deed shall be recorded in the order designated by the seller. Center pivot irrigation system on track 1, including all towers, heads, pumps, pipe fittings, electrical panels, electrical wire connections, whether attached or separate, and whether above or below ground, is owned by a third party and is excluded from the sale of the real estate. The buyer of track 1 agrees to acquire the property subject to, notwithstanding the rights of such third party with respect to the irrigation system and or with respect to entry upon the land to remove the irrigation system. As an update to the marketing materials, the third party owner of the irrigation system owns and has the right to remove the underground irrigation pipe. So a little different than what was indicated in the brochure, but again, there is a third party that owns and has the right to remove the underground irrigation pipes as well. Tracks 1 and 5 are sold separately. In the northeast corner of track 1 and northwest corner of track 5 will be approximately in the center of the stream as determined by the surveyor. Property has been taxed as qualified agricultural property and will be subject to recapture and adjustment if the property does not remain as much. Buyer shall be responsible for payment of any recapture tax that becomes due because of an act or omission of buyer, such as a change in use or failure to file an affidavit with the Register of Deeds and assessor regarding continuation of the qualified use. Each tract is owned by one of 2 trusts. If it is necessary to allocate the purchase price between separately owned tracts for the purpose of administering any closing, such allocation shall be determined solely by the seller trustee. Your bids will be based solely upon your inspection. All property sold as is without warranty. Without eliminating the foregoing, seller and auction company, respective agents, representatives make no warranty or authoritative representation as to zoning, whether or not the property qualifies for any particular use, availability or location of utilities, availability of any building permit, driveway permit, septic permit, or any other permit, or the accuracy of any materials or information prepared or provided by any third party regarding the auction and or the property. At the close of the auction, each high bidder shall execute a purchase contract consisting of the agreement to purchase, Exhibit A and this addendum A. Terms of these documents are non-negotiable. You'll be closing on the tract or combination of tracts in which you are a successful bidder in the manner in which you bid here at the auction. Finally, Schrader Real Estate and Auction Company's agents representatives are exclusively the agents of the seller. All right, folks, hey, we're ready to get started. We'll get the podium moved out of the way here. Abby, if you can help grab a hold of that end. Thank you. Hey, what a wonderful, wonderful opportunity you have this evening. One unique property in a lot of ways. Hey, neat recreational pieces, some high quality tillable, a lot of water. We're going to start with track 1. And on track 1, you've got about 47 acres. You got about 40.7 tillable. The track goes to the middle of the stream in the northeast corner of the track. And as a reminder, again, another party has the right to the irrigation equipment and underground pipe on this track. What do you give me to go here on this track 1? High quality tillable here. Give me 300,000 start. Who to give me 300? What do you got? 2 and go. Who to give me 2 and 2? 200,000. What do you got? 150. 150. Now 75. 150 bid. Now 75. Now the bid line. Then about bid by 75. Now to 5 and 5. On track 1, folks. If you're interested in these individual tracks, get on now. There's plenty of people looking to combine tracks. So if you're interested individually, now's the best time to get on. I got 150. What do you give me? 175. Now 2 and 2 and 2. 175 bid. Now 2 down. Bid line. Then about bid by 2 now. Then about bid by 200,000. I got 175. You're back out, Roger. You went back into 200. 80 now $90 90 80 bid now $90 bid line then about bid by $90 $99 then about bid by $90 90 80 bid now $90 bid line now 2 and 2 and 10 to in and 10. You're back out, Luke. I got Roger 200 10 to get in. 2 bid now $10 bid line then about bid by 10 to in now then about bid by 210 and $20 20 210 bid now $20 bid line then about bid by $20 20. You're back out, Roger. You got Luke at 210 220 to get in. 10 bid, now $20 bid line in about $20 20. Anybody else want in there at 220? I know everybody wants to start cheap, folks. You're talking about high quality tillable here. You've got access to the creek there for irrigation. 210 bid. Will you give me 220? 210. Your bidder number there, Luke, at 210,000. 16. 210,000. 210,000. We have to swipe out markers there. Got 210,000. Bidder number 16. All right, folks, now on up to track 2, and on track 2, you've got about 45.5 acres. Frontage on First Street, you've got about 22 tillable acres here. You got about 23.5 wooded hunting land with wetland and stream. Hey, beautiful piece here. What do you give me to go on track 2? Give me 150 to start here. What do you got? 100 and go. What do you give me? $100, 100. In about a bid by 50. Now stay. Then about a bid by 70. 60 bid. Now $70 bid line. Then about a bid by $80, $80. Then about a bid by $80, 80. 70 bid. Now $80 bid line. Then about a bid by $80, 80. I got Lucas 70. The rest of you are out. and $90.90. You're back out, Luke. I got Roger at 80. 80 bid, now $90 bid line, then I'm on the about $90, $90, then I'm on the about $90.90, and $100, 100. 90 bid now, $100 bid line, then I'm on the about $100, $100 line, then I'm on the about 100,000. Folks, a beautiful potential building site. Now, you talk about some wonderful settings. Hey, there's track 2 right at the top of the list there. A beautiful place to build. I got a 90. Hey, folks, you're right there around 2 an acre. Get serious. I got 90. Hey, to give me $100, 100. 90,000. Your bidder number there? 16. Bidder 16 again at 90,000. All right, now on up to track 3, and on track 3, you've got about 52 acres. You got frontage on 1st Street and frontage on W Avenue. 39.4 tillable here. You got about 13.4 wooded with wetland. What do you give me to go here on this track 3? Give me 300 to start here. 2 and go. Who do you give me 2 to and 2? 100. You can all get in there. 100. Now quarter it out a quarter. And 50 out of 50. Now 75. Now 75. You're back out. 150 bid. Now 75 out of bid line. Then I'm about 75. I got. What do you got? 60, now 70. 60 bid, now 70 out of bid line, then I'm on about 70. 160 bid, now 70 out of bid line, then I'm on about 70. I got 70, now 80. You're back out, Doug, now 80. 70 bid, now 80 out of bid line, then I'm on about 80, $89, then I'm on about 180. 80, give me 180. You got Luke at 170. 180 to get in, Doug. 170 bid, now 80 out of bid line, then I'm on about $80, 80 now, 80 now, 80 now, 80 now, then I'm on about $80, 80, and $90, 90. You're back out, Luke. Out $90, 90. 80 bid now, $90 bid line, then I'm on about $90, 90. I got Doug at 180. 80, give me 190, and 2, and 2, and 2 to the loo, and 2. You're back out, Doug. I got Luke at 190. What do you give me? 200. And 10, and 10 to the lin, and 10. 2 bid now, $10 bid line, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, then I'm on about 210. Folks, beautiful piece here. I got 200. Well, you give me 210. That's track 3. Great setting here. 2 bid, nothing, not a bid line, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, then I'm on about 210. Right here now on this track 3 on W Avenue, I got 200. Will you give me 210? Beautiful, beautiful piece here. You're out. You want in there, Luke? 10, now 20, and $20, 20. You're back out, Doug. 210 bid, now $20 bid line, then I'm on about $30, 30. I'm 220. What do you give me? $30, 30. 20 bid, now $30 bid line, then I'm on about $30, 30 line, then I'm on about $30, 30. 80, give me 230. I got Doug at 220. You want in there 230? 20 bid, will you give me 30 out of 39, 39, 39, 39, 39, then I'm on about 230. You want back in there? I got Doug at 220. 80, give me 230. You're bidder at 220, Doug. Number 126. 220,000. Bidder 126. All right, now on up to track 4, and on track 4, you got about 59.5 acres. Hey, you got frontage on W Avenue and frontage on 2nd Street. You got about 22.5 tillable. You got 33.1 wooded. Hey, wetland and stream. Beautiful piece here. What do you give me to go on this track 4? Hey, give me 200 to start right here. Here to give me 200 on track 4. 100. Now 10 to the lin, then I'm on about 110. 100 bid, now 10 to the line, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, and 10. I got Roger at 100. Anybody else want in there 110? We're going to move quickly through these individual tracks. 100 bid, now 10 to the line, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, then I'm on about 10 to the lin, and 10. Folks are under 2 an acre. Under 2,000 an acre, now 20. Now 20, and 20 out of 20. 10 bid, now $20 bid line, then I'm on about $20, 20 line, then I'm on about $20, 20. I'm at 110, well, you give me $20, 20. 50, now $60, 60. 50 bid, now $60 bid line, then I'm on about $60, 60, then I'm on about $60, 60. Back out, Luke. I got Roger 150. You're out, Doug. You're out. Anybody else? I got Roger 150. What do you give me 160? I'm at 150. What do you give me $60, 60? Here, give me $60, then I'm on $60, then I'm on $60, 60. You want back in there? You're right, Darren. I got Roger 150. You okay, guys? You want back in there 160? I got 50. What do you give me? 60, then I'm on $60, 60. You all right, Kevin? Okay, 150, 150,000. Your bidder number there, Roger? Bidder 123. Bidder 123. Bidder 123. All right, now on up to track 5, and on track 5, you got about 33 acres. You got frontage on 2nd Street. You got about 7.9 tillable. You got about 25.1 wooded with wetland and stream. Hey, the track goes to the middle of the stream in the northwest corner here. What do you give me to go on this track 5? You looking for a neat recreational piece? Hey, give me 150 to start here. 100 to go. Give me $100. 100. What do you got? 50 and start. 50. What do you give me? $50. 50. Then about $50. 50 on track 5. It'll give me $50. 50 now, then I'm on the middle now, then I'm on the middle 60, 60,000. Got Roger 50. The rest of you are out, folks. We're under 2 an acre here. Take a look, a beautiful piece. Hey, it looks like plenty of high land to build on, folks. You looking for a place where you can build and have all sorts of nature in your backyard. I got 60, now 70, 60, now 70. 60 bid now, $70, but line in the one mid 70. I'm at 60. What do you give me? 79, 79 in the one mid 70,000. You're back out, Roger. You got Luke at 60. You went in there, Darren. I got 60. Will you give me 70? 70 to get in. 60 bid. Will you give me 79 in the one mid 70,000? Folks, you're talking about 33 acres. Now 80. I got Roger 70. Now 80. You didn't get in, Darren. Now $80. 80. You're out, Luke. 70 bid. Now $80, but line in the one mid 75, now 80, 75, bid now $80, but line in the money, $80, 80. I got 75 with Darren. Will you give me $80, 80? Anybody else want in there 80,000? 75,000. Darren, your bidder number there? Bidder 17, bidder 17. All right, now on up to track 6, and on track 6, you got about 38 acres here, frontage on 2nd Street. You get about 15.3 tillable with wooded wetland and stream. Another beautiful piece here, a lot of recreation, a beautiful setting there. Looks like to build a home, folks, not too far off of W Avenue. What do you give me to go on this track 6? Give me 150 to start here. 75, no 80, 75, bid no $80, but line in the one min body, $80, 89 in the one min body, 80,000. Folks, I got 70, 80, now $90, 90, 80, bid no $90, but line in the one min body, $90, 99, 99 in the one min body, 90, 80, give me 90,000. Got Roger, no, I'm sorry, got Luke at 80, Luke at 80, 90 to get in, 80, what do you give me, $90, 90, 85, now $90, 90. We never should have started these 5s. I'll tell you what, we got 85. Will you give me 90, 90, not 5. 95, 85 out of 5 and 5. 90 bid, not 5 and 5 out of 5 and 5. You all right, Darren? You went in there 95. I got Luke at 90. Will you give me 95? You give me 5 out of 5 and 5. All right, 90,000. Your bidder number there, Luke? 130. Bidder 130. Bidder 130. All right, folks, we've gone down through these individual tracks. At this time, you can put these tracks together any way you'd like. If you want to bid on the entire property, you can bid on the entire property. If you want to put a couple tracks together, you can put a couple tracks together. You can continue to bid on individual. What do you have here, Kevin? Track 2. 100,000, bidder number. All right, bidder 124 knocked out that bidder 16, 100,000 on track 2. Folks, if you have a question, call your representative. They'd be glad to help you out. Hey, Luke, that knocked out your bidder 16. That knocked out your bidder 16 on track 2. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. How can you go wrong at these kind of prices now, folks? All sorts of opportunity. You tell us. Hey, track 2 at 100,000. Still not $2,200 an acre on that track 2, folks. You're right off W Avenue. You talk about a beautiful setting there. Yes, sir. New combination, heavy. 5 plus 6. 175,000. Bidder 123. All right, that's going to knock out bidder 17 and bidder 130. You can see individually they totaled 165. Together they've been combined by bidder 123, 175. Bidder 17 and bidder 130. You can continue to bid. Yes, Kevin. All right. Track 6. 92,000 bidder number. Those 2,000 increments aren't going to help them much. They're behind that 175. Bidder 116 on that track 6, 92,000. Still behind the 5 and 6 together at 175. Just a second. Just a second, Kevin. Yeah. Track 2 goes to 105. Bidder number. Bidder 119. Knocked out that bidder 24. 105,000. Yeah, Luke. Okay, new combination here. 1 plus 2. 320,000. Bidder number. Bidder 16. Putting those two tracks together. You can see here that knocked out that bidder 119 on track 2. Bidder 16 was on 1 by itself. These two together total 315 versus the 320 with the two tracks combined. Yes, sir. New combination, Abby. All of them together, 1 through 6. 900,000. Bidder 20 at 900,000. All right, that knocked out all of those pieces by 35,000. Okay. Yes, sir, Kevin. Track 2. 115,000. Bidder number. Bidder 119. 115,000. All right, that puts them. That was enough to put them ahead of the 1 and 2 together. We got. Yes, sir. Track 6 raises 10 to 102. That'll be enough to get them back ahead of the 1 and 2 together. What's your bidder number? 130. Bidder 130. All right, still going to be behind the 1 through 6 package, though. You smaller denominations are going to have to get more serious. Phil, show them the runner-up here on the graphical viewer. We'll show you where you're at. 900,000 with the whole bid versus 872 with you pieces. You're 28,000 behind. Yes, sir. Track 4. 160,000, bidder 123, helping the cause. That's what you're going to have to do to catch that whole bid. All right, folks, you tell us. You put the pieces of the puzzle together any way you'd like. Again, what Phil's showing you with the graphical viewer, that 882,000, that's Nick's best with all those tracks bid individually. At second place, the red banner around the 882. First place is 900,000. Yes, sir. Track 3. 248,000. Your bidder number there. Bidder 126 there, helping the cause. Added 28. All right, that's going to be enough to put them ahead there of that whole bid. You can see the pieces now at 908 with 1 through 4 bid individually and 5 and 6 together. Yeah, Kevin? Track 2, 120,000, bidder number. Bidder 124, knocked out. Bidder 119 on that track 2. All right, brings the total up to 915. Yes, sir. C1 through 6 goes to 950,000. Bidder 20. All right, that's going to put that whole bid back in the lead there. Looks like by about 35,000. Take a look. Get your best bids up, folks. Yes, Kevin. Track 2 go to 130,000. Bidder 119 knocked out that bidder 124. All right, you smaller denominations are going to have to keep getting serious here. Yes, sir, Kevin. Track 1. 215, your bidder number there. Bidder 115 knocked out. Bidder 16 on that good tillable land. All right, Luke, I think that was your bidder 16. On track 1's been knocked out. Phil, show them the runner-up if you would here. There's your runner-up at 930. It matches what Jared's showing. Jason, could you show Jared over here? Jared, you want to point to your 930? All right, that's going to be second place there. It's going to match what you see on the graphical viewer. Yeah, Kevin. Track 2. 135, bidder number. Bidder 119 raises another 5. Yeah, Roger. All right, new combination, Abby. 4 through 6. $350,000. Bidder 123. All right, trying to help the cause there, putting 4 through 6 together. You can see there we had 262 plus the 75, so it looked like about 337 up to 350. Those 3 tracks, 4, 5, and 6 individually, look like they're about 13,000 behind or so. Still a couple thousand behind the whole bid. All right, still a couple thousand behind the whole bid, even with that 4 through 6 at 350.
Hey,
track 1. 220, bidder number? 16. Bidder 16, knocked out. Bidder 115. I think that'll be enough to get them ahead of the hole. All right. Yes, Roger. C, 1 through 6. 975. Same bidder, 20. Raising to 975 there. Yeah, Kevin, I'm sorry. Track 2. 142,000. Your bidder number there. Bidder 124. Knocked out. Bidder 119 on that track 2. Folks, take a look at that track 1. A lot of high quality tillable. You got access to the water there. My gracious. Looks like an irrigation deluxe. Take a look. Down there, right around just over 4,000 acre, 4680 an acre on that track 1. Hey, 4 through 6. Pay attention, folks. There on that 4 through 6. You got 131 acres at only 2681 an acre. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. Okay, can you give me the bidder number? Okay. A bidder 119 on this track 2. Your bid submitted was not at least 5,000. Okay. Can you show them the minimum raise board there, Jason? If you can give them a shot, you got to be once you're above 100,000, you got to raise at least 5,000. You get above 300,000, you got to raise at least 10,000. Yeah, Luke. 6 goes to 110,000. Bidder number. All right, bidder number 130, trying to help the cause. Yeah, Roger. Track 4 goes to 170,000. Bidder number. Bidder 123, trying to help the cause. Yeah, Kevin. Hey, all right. Track 2 goes to 150. Tell me that bidder number again, Kevin. Bidder 19. Well, you got a good internet operator helping you there, folks. You can thank Kevin. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. You got, okay. All right. Yes, sir, Doug. Now you got, hey, listen, you got it. Again, we're above. You got to raise at least 5. 253 is the minimum. Will I give the 253, Doug? All right, 253,000, Abby. Bidder number? Bidder 126, trying to help the cause there. A beautiful piece there right on W Avenue, that track 3. What a great setting. Folks, there's a lot of great settings out there. Take a look at that 4 through 6 there. That was only like 2,600. Look at them individually. Track 5, just 22.72 an acre. Track 6, just 28.94 an acre. Track 4, just 28.57. Folks, all sorts. All right, C, 1 through 6 goes to $1 million. Bidder 20, is it, Roger? Bidder 20, is it, Roger? Yes. All right, back to the whole bid at $1 million. Show them the runner-up, Phil, if you would. All right, at 978 there with all those tracks individually. All those tracks individually. Folks, it's pretty easy to tell where you're at. Whether you came for a single track, couple tracks, 3, 4, 5 tracks, the whole's at $1 million versus the pieces at 978. Take a look. Take a look. Phil, show us that leader if you would, please. Let's see where we're at, price per acre on the 1 through 6 package. Hey, just 36 an acre straight through now. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Get your best bids up. All right, go ahead and go back to the runner-up, Phil, if you would, please. Yes, sir. 4 goes to 180,000. Your bidder number 123. All right, raises 10 there. Yeah, Kevin. Track 2 raises 5 to 155. Bidder 124 knocked out there. Bidder 119. Yeah, Doug. Track 3, Abby. 263. Bidder 126. Trying to help the cause. Yeah, Darren. Track 5 goes to 77,000. Bidder number. Bidder 17. Trying to help the cause there. Folks, you looking for an opportunity. You got a little money in the bank. You better take a look at track 5. Show them the leader, Phil, if you would, with the graphical viewer. I think it's going to be all these tracks individually. There you have them individually. Track 5 is 77,000, just 23.33 an acre. Yes, sir. I see 1 through 6 goes to $1,025,000. Bidder 20. Back in the lead. Yes, sir. Track 2. 160. Bidder number. Bidder 119. Knocking out. Bidder 124. Folks, you're just a short distance off of W Avenue now. Yes, sir. Track 6 goes to 115,000. Bidder number. Bidder 130. Trying to help the cause. Track 4. 190,000. Bidder number. 123. Helping the cause. Yes, sir. Track 3. 268. Bidder number. Bidder 126. All right. Take a look. There's the individuals back in the lead at $1,030,000. Back up by 5,000. Knocked down whole bidder out. Bidder 20. Back out. C 1 through 6 goes to $1,050,000. Bidder 20. Back in the lead. Back in the lead. All right, you pieces 20,000 behind the whole bid. Yes, sir. Track 5 raises 2 to 79. Bidder 17. Is it still there? Okay. Yes, sir. Track 3. 273. Bidder 126, is it? Raises 5. Helping the cause there. Take a look, folks. When you ever going to have another opportunity like it? You talk about a rare property. A rare property, a rare opportunity. If it fits what you're looking for, when you ever going to have another chance? Folks, take a look at C is in the lead right now. Okay. Folks, take a look at that track 1. My gracious, you're just $46.80 an acre. That piece historically has been irrigated. You've got access to the water. Track 4 goes to $195,000. Bidder 123. All right. Get your best bids up. Again, that red banner, the graphical viewer, that red banner around the $1,042,000. That's telling you second place. Second place. 8,000 behind the whole bid. Folks, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? There's a bunch of you close. There's a bunch of you close. Yes, sir.
Track 1 go to 225.
225,000, I would think so. Bidder 16. Still 3,000 behind the whole bid. Yes, Doug. Yep. Track 3. You mean 278? 278, bidder 126. That's going to be enough to break it up. Yes, sir. Track 4. We got to be fine. we got our minimums. Above 100,000, they got to raise at least 5. Got 200. Bidder 123. All right. Yes, sir. Track 2. 168. Bidder number. Bidder 124. Knocked out. Bidder 119. Folks, take a look there. Folks, if you're looking for neat potential building sites with great wildlife, recreational settings, when are you ever going to have another chance like this? Take a look at $1,065,000. There's 6 bidders in a leading position. Bidder 16, bidder 124, bidder 126, bidder 123, bidder 17, and bidder 130. Yes, sir. Track 2, 175, bidder number. Bidder 119, knocked out that bidder 124. If you're looking for high quality tillable, take a look at that track 1. Track 1, hey, a high percentage of tillable acres there, 40.7 according to FSA now. Brings us up to $1,072,000 with 6 individual bidders and plenty of cheap land up there. Yeah, Kevin. Track 5, 81,000, bidder number there. Hey, 120, knocked out your bidder 17, Darren. Talk to your bidder 17. Bidder 120, correct, Kevin? All right. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Folks, take a look there. You can see in the far right-hand column of the graphical viewer the prices per acre. Track 6 just inching over 3 an acre. Beautiful settings, folks, and you're not far from W Avenue. Track 5 at just $24.54 an acre. Wowza, wowza. I understand that you got a little more wetland to deal with there, but you talk about a neat setting. Hey, if you got a little money in the bank, I think you better be paying attention. You're looking for a good investment. I dare say, I think I'd be gambling a little that that's going to be worth some more someday if you're looking for a place to put your money. Where are you going to go? Track 2, just a short distance from W Avenue. Still under $4,000 an acre. Where are you going to go? Get your best bids up. Anybody else? Folks, take a look now. Track 6 down there, just $3,026 an acre. How can you go wrong at these kind of prices? Get your best bids up. Go ahead and total those individuals. Abby, just put a line underneath your individual tracks there. Take a look. Yeah, and you guys tell if I have any sound there. I think I lost my battery. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. I got no red light. Yes, sir. Track 2, 180, bidder number. Bidder 124, knocked out that bidder 119. Folks, all sorts of opportunity. If the location is right, when will you ever have another chance like it? Anybody else? Appreciate your interest tonight, really do. Track 2, 185, bidder number there. Bidder 119, knocked out, bidder 124. Okay, good, good, good. I got no red light telling me I'm on, but it's all right. Good. Grand total, $1,084,000. Grand total, $1,084,000 with 6 different bidders. If we end at $1,084,000, the bids that'll be submitted to the trust there be bidder 16 on track 1, bidder 119. Yeah, Roger. Track 5 goes to 83, bidder number. Bidder 123, knocked out, bidder 120. All right, Darren, your bidder been trying hard there on that track 5. My gracious, how can you tell that close within a few thousand there? My gracious, that track only going up a couple thousand at a time, and we're right there around 2,500 an acre. Woo! Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Take a look. Anybody else, get your best bids up. All right, Kevin, what do you have? Track 5. 85,000 bidder number. Bidder 120, knocked out. Bidder 123. Track 6. 120,000. Bidder 124. All right, knocked out. Bidder 130. Grand total $1,093,000. Grand total $1,093,000 with 6 different bidders. Get your best bids up. Get your best bids up. Anybody else? Getting at $1,093,000. Track 1 at $47.87 an acre. Track 2 just inching over 4 an acre there, $4,065. Track 3 at $53.46. Track 4 at $33.61 an acre. Track 5 at $25.75 an acre. Track 6 at $31.57 an acre, folks. All sorts of opportunities, some cheap land down there in that 4 through 6 area. Take a look at track 1. If you're looking for quality tillable land, where are you going to go? $1,093,000 with 6 bidders. Anybody else? Appreciate your interest, folks. If we we don't get more than $1,093,000, those will be the bids submitted to the trust. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Anybody else? How can you go wrong if the location is right? If you've been looking in this area, where are you going to go? Yeah, Kevin. Track 6. 125, your bidder number there. 120 knocked out, bidder 124. Grand total $1,098,000. Those bidders in the leading positions, bidder 16, bidder 119, bidder 126, 123, and then bidder 120 on 5 and 6 respectively. Anybody else? You all right, Doug? You good? Darren, you okay? All right. Kevin, you good? Folks, want to give you all fair chance. No fair way to do it. Folks, whoever ends up on top's going to own it. Whoever ends up on top's going to own it. And if we end at $1,098,000, it'll be bidder 16 on track 1, bidder 119 on 2, bidder 126 on 3, bidder 123 on 4, bidder 120 on 5, and bidder 120 on 6. Anybody else, folks? When you ever going to have another opportunity like it? Yes, sir. C, $1,100,000, your bidder number. 16. Bidder 16, putting it all together. All right, but that just put them up by 2,000. That was it. All right, that knocked out all you individual bidders. All you individual bidders have been knocked out, but just by 2,000. Right at 4,000 an acre. Take a look. All right. You can see the bidder numbers here. I don't know. Can we zoom in a little bit here, Jason? Blow these bidder numbers up. Bidder 16, bidder 119. Of course, bidder 16 was bidding on the whole. You're not going to get any help there. Bidder 119, bidder 126, bidder 123, bidder 120. You 4 bidders, you're 2,000 out. Yeah, Doug. All right, track 3 goes to 290, bidder 126. Going to put the pieces back in the lead by 10,000, it looks like. All right. All right, at 1,110,000 there with all tracks bid individually. Bidder 16 on 1, bidder 119 on 2, bidder 126 on 3, bidder 123 on 4, bidder 120 on 5, and on 6 individually. Hey, smart bidder, that bidder 120, eating up some of that cheap stuff there on the south end. Take a look, folks. Whoever ends up on top is going to own it now. Anybody else? Appreciate your interest, folks. Really do. All right, C 1 through 6 is going to 1,115,000. A, yeah, bidder 16. All right, that knocked those individual players back out. All those individual bidders, you're back out. Of course, bidder 16 was on track 1 by itself. Get your best bids up, folks, when you're going to have another opportunity. How can you tell within a few thousand on a piece like this? I'll about guarantee you won't have an opportunity just like it ever again. One unique piece. Anybody else? Bidder 16, bidder 119, 126, 123, and 120. You're out by 5,000 to the hole. Track 4. All right, folks, we got the battery going. The equipment malfunction taken care of. We're at 1,125,000 with all 6 tracks bid individually. If we end at 1,125,000, new owner will be bidder 16 on track 1, bidder 119 on 2, bidder 126 on 3, bidder 123 on 4, and bidder 120 on 5 and 6 individually. All right? My second hand gets around here to where I can track it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to beat 1,125,000. You've got to raise at least by the minimum raises there. If you have any questions on the minimum raises, ask your representative. Anybody else? You got 2 minutes starting now to beat 1,125,000. Anybody else? If we don't have more than 1,125,000, it'll be bidder 16, 119, 126, 123, and 120 will be the new owners. Take a look. Anybody else? Anybody else? Bidder 16 on the hole, just 10,000 behind. Need more than 10,000 to get in the lead. You've got 1:15 to beat 1,125,000. Anybody else? Yes or no? Looks like it ought to be yes or yes, folks. When you're going to have another opportunity like it. Don't give up without getting your best bid up. Got a minute to beat 1,125,000. Hey, appreciate your interest tonight, folks. Been great bidders, you really have. Covered a lot of ground here in about an hour. But you've got 45 seconds to beat 1,125,000. If we don't have more, the new owners will be bidder 16 on 1, 119 on track 2, 126 on track 3, 123 on 4, and 120 on 5 and 6. 30 seconds to beat 1,125,000. Yeah, and we'll give a 30-second lag time at the end here to offset internet. You got 15 seconds, and then I'm going to give you 30 extra seconds for any internet lag. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, 30 seconds here to account for any internet lag. If we don't have more than 1,125,000, that will be the end. And the property will be sold to bidder 16, 119, 126, 123, and 120. Anybody else? 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold, sold, sold. Thank you, folks. Really do appreciate your interest here this evening. If you have questions on land in the area, and Ted would be glad to talk to you. Keep your eye on SchraderAuction.com for upcoming auctions. There is an app you can download to your iPhone to get messages on upcoming auctions. Yes, you winning bidders, get to your emails. We'll be emailing you those contracts to DocuSign here just shortly. If you have any questions, give your representative a call. Kevin Jordan will be getting these contracts to you here to sign via DocuSign. Keep your eye on your email. If you have questions on these DocuSigns, either call your representative or you can call 260-229. Kevin, do you want your phone number out there? He's slowing me down. 1904. 1904. Thank you, folks.